Hello everybody, welcome back to Drama Alert Guapish Edition. As always, I'm your host, Nico. Today I'm being joined by the drama boy himself, Tanner Nikolai.
That's right, I can't get enough of this tasty tea.
Speaking of tea, Jackson, my man, you tend to be like pretty close to the ground on cancel culture. How's that culture been going so far right now?
Oh my gosh, I've lost everything.
Fantastic. And on the other side of things, Blake, what's like the newest media franchise that's been canceled recently, would you say?
Oh, I don't know if I've been following it.
Unfortunate. Well, that's something we'll be diving into here very shortly. Tanner Nikolai, have you really been keeping up with what's been going down recently?
It's what you're referring to specifically, the Justin Roiland thing?
That is absolutely one of them, yes.
Okay. To be honest, I don't know too much. I saw the one person's tweet, but I didn't read the whole thread because she deleted it quickly after. So if you have a bit more knowledge on this, can you break it down for us?
Gotcha. Yeah, sure thing. I'm gonna break it down here. So, I believe it was back in 2020, Justin Roiland was accused of, like, abusing one of his girlfriends or whatever, and, like, holding her hostage or some shit. Not holding her hostage, but, like, not allowing her to leave or some shit. And it's just very recently been going through the court system once again, and, yeah, it sounded like he...
J-Roy. I actually totally forgot about that part. I was thinking of the other thing that came out.
Who are you people talking about?
Do you not know what I'm talking about, Nico? I think this was recent. Some girl said he was like creepy with her in Twitter DMs when she was 16. Yeah, no, that's the one people are much more concerned about.
Imprisoned now or whatever.
Oh, is he in prison?
Something like that. He was like convicted.
I stopped seeing that
crimes.
after like the first day that someone mentioned it, so I don't know.
I like just
Let me see. Yeah, so this is a tweet from some girl who, now I will say, I don't think it does a great service to your credibility when your account name is Holita.
Yeah.
But anyway, this lady tweets out, on September 2015, Justin Roiland followed me on Twitter. I was 16. Of course, I was so excited because I loved Rick and Morty at the time. So I messaged him first and we started talking every now and then. Some of it very casual, but some parts were 100% weird. And she deleted all her tweets, so I don't know what came out after this, but some people who did read the tweets were saying he said shit like... Let's see, he said, like, calling her jailbait, suggesting she become a cam whore. Yeah, shit like that.
Who the hell is Justin? Who is this person? What are we talking about?
He's one of the creators of Rick and Morty.
I see.
Yeah, he's the voice of both Rick and Morty as well.
Mm-hmm. You guys should start prefacing, like, if you say some random person's fucking name, you should preface who they are for the audience. Not because I don't know who they are, of course. But, like, it helps the audience because, like, people are going to be like, who are these people talking about? And then leave.
That's fair.
True, we need to
Jackson.
be better journalists, yeah.
Alright, so Jackson, here's one that you might be a little more familiar with. So, as of today, I saw this fascinating Twitter thread accusing Adolf Hitler, okay, of the Holocaust fame, if you were unaware, Jackson. They stated that he, along with the many other things he did, was in fact a pedophile as well, stating that he would often date 16 to 17-year-old women.
Okay, hold on. Like, in the 1940s, that was, like, perfectly normal, though.
Not only was it perfectly normal, but also the current age of consent in Germany is 14. So I don't know what these people are going on about.
We need to cancel Adolf Hitler.
Exactly. This Adolf guy has been doing some rough stuff recently. I've been kind of seeing the signs for a while, but I think this really takes the cake.
This just reminds me that, like...
He also dated a 16-year-old.
Yeah, that's the worst part, too. But this reminds me of, like, I think it was 1 or 2 years ago where I made the point that I don't know if I believe that Hitler had only one testicle, because at a certain point, it just feels like we're piling on more things when what he's done is already enough to hate him.
Right.
Like, we don't need to just make shit up about him.
Well, now, hang on. This isn't making shit up. It's very well documented that he did, in fact, date 16 and 17-year-olds.
Is it well documented?
Yeah.
Have you seen the documentation?
I have not, allegedly.
Gotcha, right.
It is
Of course.
allegedly very well documented, and apparently historians that know all about this, they just refuse to talk about it for some reason.
Yeah, they're protecting Hitler.
Those pieces of shit.
Deep Hitler state. It's ridiculous. Yeah, we got anything else controversial going on right now?
Oh, absolutely, Tanner. I'm happy you asked.
What else
one
is
dude
going
behind all Gas No Breaks and Channel 5 fame. Apparently,
no.
he's also been accused of fucking sexually assaulting several women. Oh
no! What Andrew Callahan has?
Yeah.
No
Holy
way.
shit!
He's like the dude.
I can't believe that. That's such a bummer.
That it really is.
It's true.
He's pretty cool, I thought.
How much evidence has been presented on that one?
Unsure. He did just post an apology about it earlier today, though.
Never mind.
I'm sorry I sexually assaulted all those women. Please forgive me.
This is the real hashtag van life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe
Damn,
it wasn't
that's
exactly sexually assault, but it was definitely sexual misconduct.
Yeah, so fucking when he was driving around doing his little documentaries, was he just beating women in bathrooms or some shit?
Unsure. I didn't read super far into it, unfortunately. I just saw it and I was like,
hell?
uh-oh.
I'm legitimately disappointed about that one.
Same.
That's also weird because I just, a week ago, watched his documentary about January 6th.
Alas, sometimes it's better to not get too attached to your heroes, especially as YouTubers who knows what they're doing behind the scenes. Speaking of which...
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so we talked about the Game Grumps a decent bit in the past, and they recently got in a heap of more controversy, which seems to be the style of the time currently with them. So, Tanner Nikolai, you are familiar with Oni Plays, correct?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. And so I know you've seen their newer stuff, which tends to involve such funny little characters as Zach Hadel. However, did you ever watch their earlier stuff in which the other two main people were men by the name of Ding Dong and Julian?
I think I've seen, some compilation videos with them in it, at least.
Okay, perfect. Well, this all centers around the individual Ding Dong, okay? So everyone calls him Ding Dong because he prefers to remain anonymous online. He doesn't really want anyone to know about him for reasons that will be clear here in a moment. A while ago, before Dream Daddy came out, Ding Dong is a homosexual individual, and he was not a big fan of Dream Daddy. He had a lot of issues with it, some of which concerning it being fairly pandering and shit like that. And apparently shitload of the other people around the Grumps office felt the same way. And he was talking to a bunch of them about it. One of the people even wrote a fucking 30-paragraph email that he was going to send some of the higher-ups at the Grumps
That's
to
a real
discuss
gay man move.
This wasn't Ding Dong. This is some other person there.
A non-gay?
Probably.
Dude,
I don't think
bullshit.
that they're too...
You think a non-gay is writing 30 fucking paragraphs on Dream Daddy and its representation of queer culture?
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's a lot more weird stuff concerning Ding Dong being gay. Apparently some people around the office had problems with it. It was a very strange culture around there, or centering around Ding Dong's homosexuality. And so what ended up happening is that Ding Dong eventually talked to...
Wait.
Yeah, what's up?
What? How? So, is this an office that contains the Game Grumps and the Oni Plays guys?
Yeah, Super Mega was also there and shit like that. Ding Dong Julian were their editors for quite a while, which is also more controversy because apparently they just didn't really get paid at all, which is another fun little thing. So what ended up happening was after Ding Dong talked about hey, here are a bunch of issues I have with this game. All those other people just didn't back him up whatsoever. They just completely ignored him. And which caused the pot to get stirred quite a bit. He faced a lot of backlash around there. That's why, as you may know, there was some big falling out between Oni and the Game Grumps and shit like that.
I didn't know that.
Oh, okay. Well, there was a massive falling out between them.
Okay.
Yeah, despite them, Aaron and Chris going way back to Newgrounds days. And so, yeah, apparently this was likely the cause of all that. Chris was the only one who really stood by them. There were several people named in all this. However, Ding Dong did state that, the people who I named really didn't do much, okay? One of which being like fucking, not Chris Hansen, what's his name? Matt Watson of Super Mega fame. Apparently Matt was just kind of like a shitty friend during this whole situation. It was a very similar to like in BoJack Horseman with BoJack and Herb, where like Herb ends up being gay and he gets fired because of it. BoJack just never talks to him again. That was basically what happened with Matt and him. Matt just didn't want to talk to him anymore or be associated because he didn't want to get in trouble at all. And so because of all this, what's up?
Is this whole controversy just like they were kind of shitty to each other?
So they were shitty, and then also, Tanner, it gets worse, okay? Because of all this shit going down, I guess like a bunch of the Game Grumps fans or whatever found out about it, and they're like, this guy hates the Grumps gay game, we're gonna fucking dox him now.
Oh, okay.
And so yeah, they doxed him, and informed his family that he was gay, which apparently they did not know, which was, yeah. So he attempted suicide afterward.
Oh,
and,
no.
And he eventually didn't go through with it, thank God. But apparently some people at the Grumps office then made fun of him for it.
For attempting to kill himself.
Yes.
Do we know who those individuals are?
No, he didn't want to name anybody, aside from like Matt Watson. That was basically it.
He should name people. What?
Right? He should name people, but he wants people to just like kind of forget about it. Don't like try and cancel people or anything like that. However, the individual who made fun of him for it, apparently what they said was something along the lines of, "Man, imagine if you like did it though, and you like said it was because of like Aaron and Susie, then they'd like they wouldn't have a career anymore. Wouldn't that be funny?" And yeah, it's about where we are now with all this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how many people are in this office though? Like how directly implicated are the Grumps in it?
Definitely pretty implicated. I always imagine that like Danny is not involved in this shit whatsoever. But I feel like Aaron probably is a decent bit. Of course, it's all speculation on our part. I think that they have a pretty sizable team there though.
Right. Because, like, if it is just, like, the personalities are there, then, yeah, everyone's involved. But if they got, like, all these teams and groups of people, then... Like, I could very much imagine that Danny and Aaron just see themselves as, like, the talent, and they don't really involve themselves in the day-to-day of the office.
I don't think that Danny does, but I know that Aaron is very, very involved. He does a ton of shit around there. There are apparently 55 employees, by the way.
Wow. So, yeah, that definitely does... dilute how much suspicion can be cast on any particular person.
Yeah, exactly.
55, that's so many.
Yeah.
How many YouTube channels are there?
Not very many. I think the only really big ones that were ever there were like, Game Grumps and then Super Mega. I don't know if Super Mega is really still involved with them much though.
Right.
Jackson, you know that. You're the biggest Super Mega fan here.
I don't.
Damn, unfortunate.
Well,
I didn't even know they were attached to fucking Game Grumps at all.
Oh, I see.
yeah, they were former editors for Game Grumps.
Yeah, definitely former editors.
That's crazy.
And then they would like, similar like Oni and shit, they would like use the office space and like the equipment and shit like that a lot there.
Who knew?
Yeah. Oh yeah, also Ross O'Donovan, another member of the Game Grumps family. He was recently allegedly, the fuck is the word I'm looking for right now? Accused, that's what it is. His ex-wife accused him of like raping her. Yeah.
How long have they been exes?
A few years now. That was back when she's the same lady who like fucking Pro Jared cheated on his ex with. Allegedly cheated. I believe the jury's still a little out on that, but Pro Jared did bring the receipts, and apparently his ex-wife might be a little crazy.
This is the most gray episode of all time. Everything allegedly, potentially. The facts are
Well, we don't want to like we really gotta cover our
right.
bases here, Jackson. We don't want to just be throwing this shit out there.
He was a cheater.
Not to be that guy, but like, you probably should have told someone years ago if it were true, because every year you wait just makes it seem more and more like it's not true.
Yeah, Ross recently said on one of his streams that like, yeah, this shit is definitely not true, and I'm actually likely be pursuing some charges here on her.
Right. Wait, is Ross currently married to someone?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So his ex-wife is Commander Holly, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one.
Gotcha. Okay, they were still together the last time I was watching fucking Game Grumps.
How long ago was that?
3 years, maybe?
Ah, damn. So yeah, I believe that just about does on all the drama going on in the world right now.
That's all the hot goss you got?
Yeah, I believe so.
There's gotta be some more.
I
I feel like Velma kind of counts as goss. Not goss,
I guess we can talk about it.
It's
Yeah, sure, why not?
controversial, I suppose.
Yeah, why not?
So yeah, they fucking... Hey, my cat's attacking my microphone wire. 1 second. Get out of here.
Blake,
Bye.
do you know anything about the new Scooby-Doo show?
Not really.
Yeah, so Mindy Kaling of Office fame was given the ability to create a spin-off Scooby-Doo series where they removed Scooby-Doo. The focus is now on Velma, which is why the show is called Velma. And all the characters except for Fred are a different race and or sexuality.
Oh, right. Yeah, so it's just basically not Scooby-Doo.
Yeah,
He
it's
gets it.
not.
Scooby-Doo isn't even there.
Scooby is not present. And also, Shaggy isn't called Shaggy, he's called Norval.
Why is that?
That's Shaggy's like real name. That's just not his nickname or nothing.
Bullshit.
It's not his real name either,
Yes, it
though.
is.
It's Norbert.
No, it's not. It's Norville.
No, his canon name is Norbert.
No, it's not. It's Norville, Tanner. We literally
It's
talked about
Norbert.
this the other
You
day.
even read
did-
the comics?
Listen, you think I don't fucking know my Scooby-Doo lore?
Do you want to look at his like Wikipedia article right now where it says Norville Shaggy Rogers?
No, it's Norbert Shaggy Rogers.
No, it's
But yeah, so fucking I ended up watching the first 2 episodes of this show, which are out right now.
Yeah, I watched the first 5 minutes of it.
I didn't even consider.
And everyone and their mother is making a YouTube video dunking on this show right now, which it probably deserves. But I'll go out a bit on a branch and say, I don't think this show is bad enough to deserve all the hate it's getting. It's just a fucking nothing burger. Mm-hmm. Like this is like the spirit of a show, you know. There's nothing. I wouldn't say it's offensively bad. It's just like pretty cringe throughout, and like I don't see any reason why anyone would want to watch it. So
Okay. That's
I
fair,
took
Tanner.
notes while I was watching the episodes. Let me just run through what I got here. So they're trying to poke fun at Gen Z, but obviously the show is written by old people. So like it just comes across like it's bad.
How is it trying to poke
Like-
fun at them?
You know, like, cause like I don't know, we're all fucking woke libs and we're very like, you know, into social media and all that shit, you know. So that's like every line of dialogue from these characters. What do we got here? Nah, I refuse to believe it. What is that based on? Give me a link. Give me a source. Anyone can alter Wikipedia.
Yeah, you expect Element to do that.
But yeah, when your main characters are all Gen Zers and they just come across like caricatures of Gen Zers, it's just, it seems bad to me.
Just doesn't work.
Let's see. I say aggressively cringe and gratuitous right off the bat. A big point of contention is that none of the characters act like what they're based on, which has led most people to conclude that this was just supposed to be some generic mystery solving show that like some Warner Brothers executive said, that's not gonna make money. What if we slap Scooby-Doo on it? Let's see. They keep trying to do this thing where they make what would be an actual joke, but then they over-explain it, or they make socially conscious commentary about the nature of the joke, which obviously makes it not funny anymore.
Yeah, at a certain point, you can definitely get way too meta with it, which, like, you know, meta can be funny, but if you're constantly meta, then it's like there's not... If you just keep fucking observing these fucking jokes that you're making, it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah, 100%.
If you're still doing
you
the
can't
thing
be,
you're making fun of.
Exactly. You can't be meta 100% of the time.
Now, I will say one little complaint that I did hear people have with the show, aside from the many other ones, was that there was like some gratuitous shower scene at the very beginning of the show.
Yeah, that was weird because they're fucking minors.
I will say I watched it. I don't think it was that bad.
I definitely felt uncomfortable with it.
I felt nothing watching it, dude. I had no half chub or nothing, bro. Like they're still very covered up, you know? It's not anywhere near as bad as people are making out to be.
Frankly,
True,
they should have
you're
shown
right,
more.
I guess. Let's see. I said Fred is unironically funny, though. I found Fred to be the funniest character, and he actually got a couple laughs out of me for some of his lines.
As always, dude. Fred is sweet.
Yeah, which I find very funny, because, like, the whole point of the show is, you know, it's them doing their whole woke, fucking, you know, race swap, gender swap, blah, 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 and then the white straight guy is the funniest character.
As it should be.
This is a fun note. Velma actually said, "Bump this noise." This is a real quote from the show.
Holy shit.
Which, you know, connects to my earlier thing about this is a show trying to emulate Gen Z, but being written by old people. Mm-hmm. If there are any millennial writers for the show's Velma watching this, Zoomers do not say, "Bump this noise." Let's see. This show has the same problem most comedies have nowadays. No one ever shuts the fuck up and lets a joke breathe. I have no idea how much of this show is actually funny because you never have time to react to a joke. And yeah, that's like, once you notice that problem in like comedies that come out nowadays, you're never gonna unsee it. No one shuts the fuck up for even a second.
Look, dude, sometimes it's nice, you know? Sometimes it's nice to just, like, really rapid-fire a bunch of jokes, so that, like, you know, even if one doesn't land, you're getting to the next one pretty quick here, so it might, that one might really get you.
Yeah, I don't think the problem is they're rapid-firing jokes and none of them are funny.
that definitely exacerbates the issue.
Let's see. There is a point where, like, Daphne's moms disguise themselves as high schoolers and they're doing that kind of joke, but like you can't do an adults disguise themselves as teenagers and are hilariously out of touch joke when your teenagers already sound like out of touch adults. Let's see. Shaggy running a mukbang channel is pretty funny. I thought that was a decent little thing.
Yeah, that's good.
They had a pretty solid Hitler joke in episode 2 it actually got me to laugh at. And then the last note I have is they do a Scooby-Doo chase scene, but it has the most obnoxious pop music I've ever heard playing, and I want to blow my brains out.
Is it that shitty-ass Oh No song from TikTok?
No. It's not that bad. It's like slightly a step above that, but it's definitely some TikTok fucking nonsense.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my review of Velma.
Fantastic. Sounds like it's going to be a real winner in T-Boy's book. Already show of 2023, you say? Whew, boy, it's going to be a tough one to beat, I tell you what. Now, Blake. How are you doing, man? How are you enjoying this episode of Guapish thus far?
That was pretty good so far.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, prepare yourself, Blake, because we're about to crank into overdrive as we go into Guapish at the Movies.
We don't have anything to talk about this time.
Yes, we do.
Jackson, don't you remember we watched the Monkey movie?
Yeah, but that movie
That's
sucked.
right, everyone. For Guapish at the Movies this week, we watch the 1968 Planet of the Apes starring Charlton Heston. I'm just gonna start off because I have a feeling I'm the biggest fan of this movie. So I'm very biased. I love this movie. I think it's one of the greatest sci-fi stories in cinema. It is revolutionary. It is important. It is also very good. It still holds up to this day. The costumes, they're not like... The costumes are very good for being 1968. Like, the fact that the mouths move and you can see their eyes and shit, like, actually helps them hold up and whatever. You got so many classic lines from this movie. You got "Get your stinking paws off me, you damn dirty apes." You got fucking what? I feel like there's a third one, but my brain's just jumping to the very end.
Unfortunate.
But whatever, I think it's a classic sci-fi story. Everyone loves this movie, and that's all I got to say about it.
Tanner, if it's so good and revolutionary as you claim it to be, then why didn't Dylan even know it's a classic?
I don't know. I can only assume he's led a very sheltered life, I guess, where he just doesn't absorb information at all.
His mom hated Planet of the Apes. She hid it from him all these years.
No monkeys for you.
His mom is deathly afraid of monkeys.
Now, Tanner, if you had to guess, before you hopped into the fucking Discord chat while we were watching the film, how many racially charged jokes do you think Jackson made?
Hey now, let's not go into this topic.
That Jackson made? I'm gonna say 0. You made maybe a couple.
Oh, Nico was blasting him out. He was rattling him out like a machine gun. Every time the black guy was on screen, he was cranking something out.
That's not true.
Let him cook.
I mean, I was definitely cranking something out. It wasn't racially charged jokes, though.
Right.
Now, Blake,
but what
how
did you
feel
think of
about
the
this film?
movie, Nico?
I asked Blake first, Tanner.
Ow.
I mean, I thought it was it looked pretty good for the time, and I don't know. I guess it has kind of a Star Trek look to it, but
Like, what about the plot?
it's kind of as you'd expect. I think relatively simple, I guess.
The movie had monkeys in it. It's an A tier at least for me.
Can't go wrong with monkeys.
Dude, the sound design of this film was fucking nuts, I will say.
It was insane. It was so hard to listen to at some parts. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I had a hard time hearing a lot of parts of it. Well, I mean, I was watching it.
I feel like that may have more to do with the method by which we watched it, but
Yeah, their sound effects were something to behold, to say the least.
what do you mean by that? Like, what's a specific example you're referring to?
I can't think of anything because I have the worst memory of all time, but there was like a couple of moments where it's just like random loud noises going on in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Great example of that. At the very beginning of the film, when they're like getting out of their little space pods or whatever, and they look over at their dead crewmate, it's like, just like that thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah, just like ear rapes you out of nowhere. There's like 3 moments in the movie where they just blast your eardrums out for no reason. Just absurdly loud.
They need to know this shit is crazy.
Yeah, how are you supposed to know that they're surprised to see that the person is dead if it doesn't fucking blast you right
Yeah,
then?
it doesn't sound like a grenade went off in your ears.
I'd say generally, though, it was a pretty good film. It was a tad slow for my liking. However, I do understand that, like, it's not War for the Planet of the Apes or, like, anything quite yet. So we're not getting to those action-packed set pieces. It's just, like, it's a fun little romp in this strange world this man is trying to figure out. I don't know, though, Tanner. I don't know. It definitely had some issues here and there for me. Namely, the sound design was a big one. This is a very, very quiet film as well, and most of it. I definitely feel like it could have used with, like, I don't know, just like a little bit of background music here and there,
Yeah, some strings or something.
Yeah, just something to liven things up a lot, dude.
I think it's just like a product of the time, because it definitely seems like that era of movies, because Lolita that we saw, that was like a very similarly designed movie, it felt like, as well. Just like, it's just really, it's like I kind of liked it. It's like very different than what movies are right now, where it's like everything's super information dense, and this one was kind of like sparse and let you hear things more. So I don't even know if I'd say that's a con, but I definitely wasn't a huge fan of the pacing. It definitely was a pretty slow movie overall. A lot of drawn out scenes.
That's kind of what I thought.
Okay.
I will say it is very similar to Nacho Libre in that way. For some reason, that film is so quiet, especially at the start, and I don't get it. This is supposed to be like an action-packed comedy with your guy Nacho Libre himself. Why is it so fucking quiet, Tanner?
It's because Mexico is quiet, obviously.
That's not true.
I mean, when you're just out in the fucking desert, it is.
Why am I not hearing
No,
some
it's
like
not,
maracas
Tanner. There's
while they're
constantly mariachi music playing.
I mean, when there's a mariachi band on screen, of course.
They should have
There
one
should
falling
always be
around.
mariachi bands playing in Mexico, Tanner.
Gotcha. Okay.
Have like some chickens in the background or something. Some cars.
I
revving
think
up
we're
their
getting a
big
little
old-
lost in the weeds right now.
Look, Tanner, I know you're not going to pick Nacho Libre anytime soon, so I need to get these complaints in while I can.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think we said it when we were watching the movie, but the costumes honestly weren't terrible. Like I expected them to be a lot worse than what they were. I think the kissing was super goofy looking.
The kissing was bad. Yeah,
was-
they shouldn't have even attempted that, frankly.
Yeah, that was rough, but the actual costumes themselves were not terrible at all. Like for what they had to work with back then, pretty decent.
Yeah, you know, the mouths move and everything. I can only imagine those costumes were unbelievably uncomfortable because, like, the person's actual eyeball was actually, like, lined up correctly, which means they must have had to put, like, glue around the person's eyelids to keep the mask stuck there.
Yeah, it was a rough life for those actors.
What'd you guys think of the Babe?
Oh, she was a hottie, dude. I was a big fan.
I just cannot get over that the lead actor looks like one of my coworkers, and the babe also looks like one of my old coworkers. And it's funny
That's
too
crazy.
because they're constantly hitting on each other as well. Like it
pretty
doesn't
good.
make sense. It was like they're just like both of my coworkers, but just +2s in the like 1 to 10 rating.
It was
Right.
predestined.
They should see this movie. I need to show them.
There
Yeah,
you
just
go.
message them out of the blue. Hey, watch the original Planet of the Apes.
You need to see
Yeah,
this.
what are we rating it, boys?
We're already moving on to that process. Who, Nelly? I guess I'll go first. I guess I'll give it like I don't know, maybe like a B.
Oh, by the way, Dylan gave this an A, so
Not
1A,
what I would have
1B.
expected at all. He was complaining a lot throughout the
Yeah,
film.
he was not enjoying it from what it seemed like. His opinions on movies are very, very surprising.
yeah, I get. Maybe he only critiques the things he loves, except for Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That doesn't count.
Jackson, what would you rank this movie?
Oh gosh, I'm probably pretty similar to Nico. I'd say at least like one rank higher there, like B+.
Okay. Blake, how about you?
I'll give it a B. Like especially for the time. They just had what they had.
Okay, I'm giving this movie an S.
Brutal.
I think this is an S rank movie. Okay, so let's
average her out.
let's figure out where that lands. Where's my fucking sheet? Here it is. So we got 2 B's, a B+, an A, and an S.
Whatever that means.
That feels like a B+ to me.
I feel like my S raises it to an A-.
I would agree. I think we should always side with people going higher rating. We need to make this
Like,
less
what say you,
objective.
B+ or an A-?
Between a B+ or an
Yeah, what say you?
A. I would say B.
Brutal.
Well, hold on a second. Like, if we're gonna contest this, let's at least get scientific about it, you know?
Scientific.
Okay,
Do the
okay.
math, man. Determine what point value goes to every single rating. Average them out.
Yeah.
Calculator.
Jackson, you're a math whiz. You go for it,
No,
dude.
I'm not.
You're the biggest math whiz of everyone here, though.
What are you talking about? Tanner's like so much better at math than me.
That's not true.
Alright, hold on. I'm gonna list off some numbers. You guys keep track of them. Alright, so 1 + 1
2,
2,
+ 2
4,
+ 4
8.
+ 7
Oh gosh. 15.
15,
divided by 5.
No way. 3?
5.
Alright, A-. That was real math, by the way. You can go look at that one yourself. I'm not fucking
You're
around,
lying to me.
okay?
This is rigged.
No. It's 100% real. See, the B was worth 1 point because that's the lowest one it got, and the S was worth 7, and then I just added up the ranks it got and then averaged
Why are
it.
you skewing the axes here? What's going on with this?
Yeah.
What do you mean skewing the axes?
So you're cutting out the lower y-axis to make it biased towards a higher rating.
There is no y-axis here. There is a single axis.
The y-axis is the rating scale from like F to S, and the x-axis is in fact.
Well, we don't need to calculate all of the ones that have no rankings in them at all.
Dude, if we do it this way, that way I can take this data and make a scientific model and do predictions of what we can rate movies based on this.
I don't think that's true anyway. Thank you for Guapish at the movies.
Hang on.
Fucking Planet of the Apes A-. What am I hanging on for?
Alright, so we've now finished an entire fucking round here of Guapish at the movies. Everyone has gone now.
True.
So we gotta reset it, right?
No.
Do we reset it or just
No, we're quitting. This is it.
keep the same order?
Well, yeah, that's what I was questioning. Are we going back in the same order or whatever?
We should give me 2 slots.
I kind of think, yeah, we do the same order.
Alright. However...
Oh, fuck, that means we'd have to get Dylan to say something.
Exactly. Dylan's not currently here. So
Yeah, I say we skip Dylan and he'll get to choose next week.
Fantastic. We skipped Dylan, and I believe that the next person before was Blake. And normally wouldn't count Blake. However, he's here again. So why not have Blake choose another movie?
How coincidental.
True.
Wait, did you guys ever watch The Big Lebowski?
We did, and we reviewed it and
sure
everything.
did.
You weren't there for when we reviewed it, but we did.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
How'd you like
You
it?
missed out. Blake, what do you
thought it
think
was
we
pretty
gave The Big Lebowski?
What I think of The Big Lebowski?
No, what did you think we gave it? Where do you think it landed on our tier list?
You guys probably gave it a B+ or an A.
It got an A-.
Oh, how about that?
Very good. Yeah, it's our second highest movie so far.
Had some good memes in there too.
True.
There's that guy pulling a
So,
gun on
Blake,
a
since
porno.
you're so successful at choosing movies, what do you want us to watch next?
Dude, pick the original Scooby-Doo 3 live action.
That wasn't bad.
Right? You should pick it.
That came out in like 2000 something.
Yeah.
Force
been a
Jackson
long
to
time
use his own pick on that movie.
No way, Jose.
Yeah, Blake, choose something other than that.
Pick the second one. Pick the fucking Scare Factory.
No, Blake, disregard Scooby-Doo right now. Pick a movie that you think we'd all enjoy, you know? Or that you don't think we would enjoy at all. Just pick a movie, Blake.
Oh man,
That isn't Scooby-Doo.
I'm sure you'd all enjoy Scooby-Doo, but
Right?
I know I'll think of something. It's not coming to me right now though.
Alright, Blake, we'll give you like 20 minutes to think of something.
All right.
20 minutes. Can we take a... Well, actually, you guys do something right now. I need to go bring my groceries indoors.
You piece of shit. Why do you need to bring groceries indoors?
Because they're at my door right now.
Oh, okay.
Why are they at your door? Why do... what?
They got
what's happening?
delivered.
You had a fucking delivery service deliver your groceries, Tanner?
Yes.
Don't you understand that's a waste of money? What are you doing here,
It's only
dude?
$5.
Nico, I'm actually ordering
it's a
an
waste
entire
of money.
pallet of Costco brand jelly beans to our house pretty soon. I want you to be there when they pick them up.
Oh, okay. Sounds good to me, man.
Hell yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go grab my fucking groceries.
Alright, sounds good. Alright, so Blake and Jackson, unfortunately a lot of the conversation topics we've been having today have not, they haven't really been in your guys' wheelhouse very much thus far.
I love him.
So let's get you guys a little more involved here, you know? Let's get you a little more involved. What kind of things do you really care about? What do you want to talk about right now, boys, that do not concern cars at all?
What are you telling me right now? That's so targeted. Listen, dude, you think I care about anything? No way, Jose.
Blake, what about you? What are some of your real passions in life, you know?
I'm still figuring it out.
Oh, okay. That's fair.
He's an honest man.
Alright, so Blake, I'll ask you this. Are you a bit of a history buff? You seem like you'd be pretty interested in history.
I think I've got a very basic knowledge of it, but
Okay.
I'm sure I don't have the trivia that you...
Do you know of like any just like fun history facts in that noggin of yours? Any like cool events that have happened in the world that you're just a real big fan of?
Curious.
It's not coming to me right now.
What?
Well, that's it.
Alright guys, talk about cars for a little bit. Go for it.
Listen, they just came out with a brand new facelifted model 2024 Nissan GTR. This thing's sporty, baby. This thing has some crazy hexagonal fog lights. They light up the fog. What more do you need? They're looking sporty and everything. We've got a new front fascia outside of just the fog lights. We've got like a new front grille. Pretty sweet. It doesn't have that stupid, weird pentagon thing in it. You know, it's gone. Thank God. Finally gone. Hated that thing. So ugly. It's finally gone. Praise be.
What are you talking about? So I am already back. You are not going to believe this. I opened up my door to find a single bag of frozen peas and carrots.
Wow.
Apparently the delivery person grabbed only that item and left the many, many other things I purchased at the store.
That's incredibly
I see.
inconvenient. You should sue them.
So right after I grabbed that, I got a phone call from the store and they're like, hey, fucking, did the person deliver only a single item to you? I'm like, yeah, they did. I'm like, damn, we're gonna get that back out to you, buddy. I'm like, okay, cool.
I thought they were going to tell you to come pick it up yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, we forgot.
That's not possible, as I still do not have a car.
What? I thought you had a car.
We were actually
What-
talking about that recently.
Yeah, well, I was asking what car you had.
Yes. So I fucking, I took it into the shop on the 3rd. Their initial estimate says they think they'll have it back to me on the 11th. They then send me a second one and they're like, maybe more like the 15th. And then when I open up my Geico mobile app, it's saying, it has one thing that says, huh?
One thing that said, huh?
It says like estimated days to repair 14. I don't know if that means that that's 14 days from whenever that notice came out, or if it's a countdown and I have another 2 weeks until I get my fucking car.
You don't need a car, man. You live in Texas. That's a walkable area.
Not really. Especially because like, I want a car because like I got offered an interview for a very nice job in the state capital, and I'd need to be able to drive to Austin for that.
Your girlfriend's got a car, right?
Yeah, but she has a job too. She's got her own shit going on.
She can take time
also,
off.
her car's is kind of a piece of shit.
How
And
dare
she's
you,
a
Tanner?
terrible driver.
Her car is character.
True, but yeah. But also, like, I can't complain too much because I don't have enough money to pay them to get the car back from them right now anyway. So I'd have to wait till whenever my check for this first half of the month comes through.
Nico, you should buy his Xbox.
Why would I do that? I already have one.
You could have two.
Damn, you have a Series X?
Yeah.
Damn it.
I got one of those a while ago.
Fuck. I do. I'm trying so hard to sell my Xbox, but eBay is just shit. It's such complete horseshit. This is like the 5th auction I've done. It's yet another failure, and I don't know what really to do because I really do need to sell this fucking thing.
Blake, do you want an Xbox Series X?
I don't know. I mean, I have a PC.
Based.
So,
Honestly, Tanner, I'd literally buy it from you, even if I was just gonna flip it afterwards. But like the fee that you'd have to pay to ship this bitch over here would just not make it worth it at all. Unless I was just fucking basically scamming you for the price I was buying it at.
How much is a scam price in your mind?
Oh my god, I've got no idea. I don't want to fucking lowball you, but like isn't it like a $90 or something at least to ship the thing over?
I don't think it would be that much to
That's
ship.
what it said for
but
eBay.
maybe.
I don't know if it would be cheaper if you're just doing it for like USPS or something. Let's work out a deal.
Well,
over
eBay
the
is
podcast.
just USPS.
I don't know why. Yeah, no, I saw it was like $95 or something for shipping. Something crazy.
Really? I don't even
It
remember
shouldn't be
that,
that
but
much.
maybe
It's
you're
not that
right.
big. Or...
Right?
It's actually, yeah, it's like a foot long and then half a foot wide and deep. And I already have packing materials except a box. I guess I'd have to see how much the box costs. But
You can-
was it actually? Was that like what you saw on the page?
Yeah, when I
$100
went to
estimate?
your auction, it said it was like a $95 shipping, something like that. If you like send me the link to your
What the
auction,
hell?
we can look at it. It might be different.
I'm gonna pull it up right now. Let me see what.
Wait, why do you
what's
wanna sell it?
$100.
He likes.
I mean, $100 is how much it cost me to ship my PS5, so it could be accurate. But also, the PS5 is a much less shipping friendly.
Yeah, so that fucking square.
See, this estimate I'm looking at says shipping $51.
Curious.
it sounds like we might be able to make some magic happen here, boys. Okay, now let's not talk shop too much here, okay? We're still doing a bit of a show, you know?
Yeah, we are kind of doing a podcast right now.
Yeah, we gotta get a little something going here. So Tanner, Nikolai, and Jackson, and Blake, how do you guys feel about Australia?
I
What
hate
are your thoughts and
Australia.
feelings towards Australia? Yeah?
They're a bit goofy down there, to be honest.
They make me uncomfortable.
I forget, was it Australia or New Zealand that just, like, legalized pedophilia?
They both did, Tanner.
Right, really? Both of
Yeah,
them?
And
simultaneously.
yet Australia has still banned lolly porn. I don't get it.
That's crazy.
They also have weird laws in Australia regarding porn. We've absolutely talked about this before.
Yeah.
But where their porn stars and stuff like that, they have to have like a minimum breast size
What?
as to not
What
like
the
encourage pedophilia.
What?
Yeah.
What are you telling me right now?
What is the breast size?
I don't know exactly what it is.
Hella.
I'm so curious, though.
It's probably like C cups and up.
Interesting.
All of these beautiful women being disabled because they're so
Disabled. They're fucking breaking their knees.
they're being disabled from their career path.
I'm sorry, your body is too childlike.
What? Be such an insulting thing.
That's
to say.
the argument. They're saying your breasts have to be at least this big, otherwise, we think pedophiles might be jerking off to you.
That's such an absurd thing to tell somebody.
Right. That's really
Better
fucked up.
than the alternative, I guess.
Honestly, we're doing them good. We got to get more women out of there.
Australia does tend to have very beautiful women. However, one fun thing that I recently learned about Australia, guys, are you very aware of like Australian history at all?
No. Other than the emo war. that
I know
everybody
they're
knows
all
about.
criminals and they like murdered the Aboriginals, but that's about it.
Yeah, I was more specifically actually talking about the Aboriginal.
Yeah, what's up with them?
So,
How are
like,
they doing?
Look, here's this wacky thing about the Aboriginals. Okay, so like, Australia's a very a very distant land where they don't have to interact with a bunch of other countries too much who will try and murder them or nothing. So they had a shitload of time to just like kind of do their own thing, build up their civilization or whatever, and just thrive. Just thrive in this massive, beautiful environment that is Australia.
It's all desert. What do you mean?
Massive and beautiful. It's got cool looking mountains or something, probably.
Well, look, Tanner, Mesopotamia is also like all desert, and yet it is known as like the cradle of civilization or whatever. They're able to do amazing things there.
I guess.
And so much was able to happen in Mesopotamia, and yet for Australia, when we eventually fucking got there in like the 19th century or whatever the fuck, they were still living the fucking Stone Age, Tanner. What's up with that?
I mean, there's plenty of people still today that are in the Stone Age, basically.
What's up with that?
They like it there.
I don't know. I have heard, isn't it true that fucking, that like the average IQ of Aboriginals is like 64?
I don't
say
necessarily
that.
know if that's true or not.
I've heard that somewhere, that like Aboriginals are all functionally retarded.
No, you can't say that, actually.
Hold on, let me look that up. Average IQ of... Do I have to say Australian Aboriginals?
More than likely,
Aboriginals. Let's see what we got.
Blake, would you
Let's
move
see,
to
intelligence
Australia?
testing in
I
Australian
don't think so.
Aboriginals. Yeah. Average IQ of 64.
That is
Hot
that is
damn.
absurd. That's like well below
Yeah.
average.
Yeah, that's it's not good. Must
Blake,
be
where do you think your IQ is
smoking too
placing?
much of that Kush.
When are we all retaking the IQ test?
Retaking?
Have we not already done it yet?
No, we've not.
That
done
is such a lowball topic. How is this possible?
I don't know, man. We've taken so many like random tests and shit on here, and yet IQ has not been one of them.
It's too controversial.
Yeah.
We can't have a hierarchy of intelligence. It's gonna ruin the podcast.
It will create a hierarchy.
Yeah, exactly. From then forth, the person with the highest IQ will actually be the one leading the episode.
I mean, we can figure out all of our IQs right now.
No, we can't. Dylan's not here.
Oh, well, I meant all of us present, Nico.
We need Dylan here.
Where is Dylan?
We need this to be live, Tan.
Well, I don't mean a test. I mean a slightly more rudimentary way.
Oh, okay. What do you suggest then?
We all took the 1600 point SAT test, right?
Yeah.
there's a pretty direct, there's a pretty high correlation between SAT scores and your IQ.
Oh, God, I'm fucking retarded.
Unfortunately, Tanner, this is something I've talked about previously. So for the SATs, I kind of gave up eventually while I was taking it.
Cope.
Yeah, I
What'd
got
you score,
very.
Nico?
What's that?
What'd you score?
It was like 950 or some shit.
950. Let's see. All right, so Nico, that's 105 IQ.
How do you people
Slightly
remember
above
this
average.
stuff? I have no idea what I got on the fucking SAT.
No idea.
Not a clue. You cannot pay me to remember.
Okay.
Does it have it like documented somewhere?
I have no idea, buddy.
Unlucky.
Yeah, on the SAT website.
Do you think 105 sounds about right, Nico?
Fuck if I know, Tanner. Probably not.
Yeah.
Nico's at least
Do you think
like
you're about
150,
5%
man.
smarter than the average person?
Then the average bear, potentially.
Okay. I'm going to use my first SAT score because I didn't study for that one. I got a 1350, which puts me at about 134 IQ.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Tanner, do you think you peaked in high school?
No. What the fuck was I doing in high school to have peaked over?
People loved you.
You had pink hair.
That's not true.
Pink buzzy
Yeah.
hair.
I did have pink hair.
You ran cross country.
Yeah, no, I definitely didn't peak in high school. I think that'd be an absurd proposition for anyone to make.
I'm glad you think this way.
Do you know anyone who peaked in high school, though?
I don't think I hung around anyone who would have peaked in high school.
What about that Levi guy? Do you think he peaked in high school?
I have no idea who you're talking about.
Define peak.
What?
Like they
Peaked means you were like at your apex, like the best time of your life was high school,
Oh.
and you're never gonna get any better than
No, I
that.
think that's kind of sad if somebody's favorite time in their life was high school.
I'm glad we all think the same thing, Blake. That's generally a massive insult if you say somebody peaked in high school.
Yeah. So Jackson, you don't remember your SAT score?
Not a fucking clue. I didn't care about the SAT at
If-
all. It didn't matter for my college at all.
Damn, that's crazy. Blake, do you remember yours?
Oh hell no.
Based.
Damn. Well, I don't know, Nico. Do you think it's unreasonable for me to have a higher IQ than you?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Alright guys, let's do a battle of the wits. I don't know how.
Battle of the wits.
Okay, Tanner, I will admit that you're smarter than me if you can answer me my riddles 3.
Okay. Do I get to ask you riddles afterwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're not doing that. That sounds boring.
That does sound boring.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. We're not
Let's
doing
all
that,
pay
actually.
hundreds of dollars for an official IQ test, and we can do it next time.
Yeah, there we go.
We could take the Mensa test where they fly you out to Luxembourg.
That's a great idea.
Oh.
That'd be a fun trip.
Yeah.
Do we need to show, like, some untapped potential or something for them to do that for us?
I believe they do have to kind of think you're already smart enough to be worth like trying to test, but I don't know. Let me see. Mensa IQ test. It might just be you pay them like some money. Mensa IQ challenge. What is that? Blah blah blah. Creator. This Mensa IQ challenge is provided for entertainment purposes only, and your score will not qualify you for Mensa. But if you're pleased with your score, you might want to consider taking a properly administered and supervised IQ test. Oh, if so, here's the thing. Okay, let's see. Where's this link lead? Interesting. It looks like you kind of just email them and be like, I want to take a test, I guess, and they probably charge you like $70 or some shit. Oh, here we go. Pricing and fees. Okay. Interesting. Oh, no. Membership fee. What? So, for those of you who don't know, Mensa is, I don't remember what the acronym is, but basically it's a group made up of, like, everyone on Earth who has, like, I think it's an IQ above, like, 150 or some shit. It's, like, the top 0.1% of brainiacs or whatever. So, like, you have to take their special test to prove you're that smart. And then I guess they also charge you a fee,
Oh.
which is kind of stupid, which, it's $79 US per hour. But the supervised test fee is $60.
That's not terrible.
So, yeah, $60 we could take an official Mensa IQ test.
Yeah, I feel like we can definitely get someone to bankroll that for us.
Hold on a second.
True,
Who's
true,
the
true,
richest
true,
of all
true.
of us, Blake?
What if we got together like every podcast host ever and we all took it?
There we go. That could be pretty sweet.
Yeah. If you guys had to guess, how many members do you think there are of the United States Mensa
Like
organization?
4?
Probably like 14.
Let me just throw out America has 330 million people in it.
Okay, like,
Yeah, like 14.
Maybe like 5, actually.
Okay, it's over 50,000.
No way. That's an absurdly high number.
I mean, you know, it's less than 1% of the population.
That's still crazy.
That's still significantly higher than 14, Tanner.
Yeah, and 5 as well.
Damn.
I've got
there-
no
I
faith
wish
in the
there- I
American
w-
people. And I am the American
No
people.
faith.
Now, boys, I
Men's-
feel like we really need like a big group project to work on throughout the coming years, you know? Not even necessarily years. I feel like it should only take like a couple months. Jackson, you've
You know-
expressed interest. Shut up, Tanner. Jackson,
I'm
you've expressed
sorry.
interest in creating your own video game, right?
No, I've never expressed interest in that, actually.
I thought you used to.
Well, I feel like if we all combine our talents together, we could come up with something pretty easily. Now, if we just go with something like, let's say, a visual novel, for example, I think that could be real simple, you know?
Yeah, Blake can be our writer.
Okay. I was thinking I could be the writer.
Blake's so much better of a writer than you.
Is
I
that
mean,
true?
if this is going to be like a big old visual novel with like multiple routes and shit, we're probably going to need multiple writers.
I can be the project manager.
We're starting the company, the Guapish company. We're gonna get sued by some Filipino company at some point.
True, yeah.
I mean, look, I just think that like if a few like hacks off of 4chan can make a compelling visual novel, then we can too.
Yeah, we're just as big of hacks as them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Is this an actual pitch? Like, you want us to make a video game?
That's right. We're going to make a visual novel, Tanner. How does it sound to
Okay.
you? It sounds like a pretty sweet idea, right?
I was gonna say it's funny you bring up this idea because I was actually gonna propose tonight that we do like a year-long challenge where we each try writing a book.
Oh, I'd hate that.
Writing a book.
I'd do it all in like the
Yeah.
last week.
Jackson just throw a bunch of prompts into a fucking chatbot and just cobble them together.
Yeah, exactly. He gets
Exactly.
it. He's just like me.
But I guess I can just try writing a book on my own anyway. So I guess we should brainstorm what this visual novel is going to be about.
Exactly. Jackson, as the visual novel premiere expert here,
Oh, yeah.
what would you say are like the base elements that we require for this?
Chatting.
I was more so talking
conversation,
along
if
the
you would say.
storyline, you know?
I mean, the storyline is just fucking like basic anime plot. Too. If you've seen an anime, just do that, but like in text form. Pretty simple.
I think we should just do something unique. You know, we need to put our own spin on it.
Yeah, let's make all the girls birds.
That's already been done, Jackson.
Yeah, that was the joke. Well, I've got no ideas. I'm actually not a very original person. You guys just tell me what to do and I'll program it.
Okay. So let's think. What's something that hasn't been done before?
Nothing.
Yeah, an original idea that no one has really attempted.
Is there one where like the characters are all like anthropomorphized countries?
Yeah, fucking Italia.
Oh, that's Italia.
I don't know if that's a
So,
visual
yes,
novel,
that does
but it's definitely
hold-
an anime. It probably is a visual novel.
Okay.
Oh, what if each character is like a caricature of racial stereotypes?
That will go down very well. Should we make it a
Yeah.
mobile game as well and have a ton of microtransactions everywhere?
How do you microtransactize a visual novel?
You can only do like so many chapters a day until you run out of energy, and then you gotta pay more. You can like unlock special routes or something.
Oh my god.
Listen, dude, you gotta get your head in the game here. I've been thinking about how to scam the general populace for a long time now, and I'm ready to utilize
What if
my
we
skills.
make a Chris Chan visual novel?
Oh, that could be really interesting, actually.
Yes, sir.
That feels like an actual idea, kind of, that could actually, like,
Where you play
obtain some notoriety.
where you play as Christian, you try to hit on random women.
Yeah.
Spend
Something
half
like
your
that.
time in jail.
Yeah, exactly.
Your mom is
That's
the
the
end
bad
route.
ending.
Bad ending. Good ending is the dimensional merge happens. and what-
Yeah. That's one of many good endings, Tanner. I definitely
I
feel like that.
do. I kind of like that idea, to be honest.
Yeah, I definitely feel like there's something there that we can work with potentially. I feel like we might need to. There might be some legal issues if we straight up make it Chris Chan, though. Especially if we're using the actual Sonichu sort of characters in it as well. So we may need
how
to.
would there be legal issues?
How would there be legal issues with using Sonichu?
Yes. Oh, you mean from like Nintendo, not from Chris?
Yeah,
Yes.
Chris is gonna sue us for copyright infringement.
Wouldn't that be funny if like Chris has been using Sonichu for fucking 20 years, Nintendo never gave a shit, but then we make a visual novel based on Chris, and then
Like,
it
hold on
fucking
a
blows
second,
up in our
guys. What do you
face.
think you're doing now?
This is something people might actually want to look at.
Yeah. So we might need to make it our own original lolcow that definitely draws a lot of inspiration from Chris Chan.
That's so lame, though. I mean, I figure if we don't sell it for money, can they come after us?
I guess not.
But it's gonna be riddled with microtransactions.
Microtransactions.
Microtransactions. I don't know what came over me in that moment. I was thinking deeply of Michael.
Do we have any other ideas?
All right.
Like,
so
are there
the
any
Chris
ones we like more than that?
Chris Chan is pretty solid. That's a pretty solid one. Let's see here. I mean, if we're truly not caring about like copyright infringement, what if you're going to like a high school for like a fast food restaurant mascots or something?
Okay.
Except they're all like rip-offs of these mascots. Like the
Yeah, sure.
Burger Queen
Yeah.
and Donald
Yeah.
Donald McDonald.
My only problem is that like KFC did their
Oh, they did.
visual novel type thing. So it's kind of been done before.
gonna be-
Not
Damn it.
super done before, but a little bit, you know.
Who's gonna be the artist of this? Doing art is like a big part of this. Nico, you can't draw anime.
I can't draw anime, you're right.
I was gonna ask, Nico, have you figured out portraits?
I sure have not, no.
Okay, what if we like lean into that though, and we do a visual novel where the characters are like abstract shapes and images?
There we
That'll
go.
sell really well. People love their waifus where they can't conceptualize them.
It'll really inspire fan art, Jackson.
Look, I drew them. It's a
exactly.
fucking square.
Yeah.
Just slap tits on it, and that's fan
It's a very
art.
low barrier to entry for fan art for this.
Yeah, the important thing here is that we just need to make sure that the story is really compelling.
Of course. Why as well just read a book at that point, right?
True. Well, yes. That's why it's called a visual novel.
Interesting. I'm glad we're on the same page.
How committed are we to the visual novel idea, though?
A visual novel sounds good to me because it's super easy.
True.
Yeah, I suggested that one because it felt like the most doable, you know?
That sounds like very low
You're right.
effort work for me, so I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah.
If I was forced to program
never mind.
anything, doing a visual novel is like basic.
And I mean, if we do Chris Chan, like, at least then we don't have to write a story. We can just kind of, like, clean up his actual life.
I mean, we'll definitely need to take our own creative liberties with it.
True. You know, shorten things up a bit. We don't need to be making, like, a 500-hour podcast for some reason.
Not to mention, like, there have to be the multiple routes here, Tanner. It can't just be, like, point A to point B to sort of thing.
Yeah. Are we playing as Chris, though?
Huh.
What if we play as Barbara and then the game ends with you getting incest?
if you didn't guide Chris correctly.
Exactly. Yeah. No. Oh, wait. I actually like that idea where like the whole point of it is you're actually trying to make Chris develop into an actual human being.
Yeah.
That's fun. I kind of like that one.
Should we make it an open world game?
An open world visual novel.
Yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
That's revolutionary,
Yeah,
actually.
it's an open world game until you walk into like a zone, like you walk into school and then it turns into a visual novel.
I like that idea.
I'm glad I contributed to this project, boys.
Yeah, no prob, dude. No prob. I preach.
Here, I'm making a new text channel for Chris Chan video game.
Make sure to make it private. We don't want people sneaking in there.
Yeah, of course. What do we call it though?
Chris Chan, the video game.
I don't know about that.
It's a really striking title.
I feel like it needs a little pizzazz though, Jackson. You know, a little pizzazz.
Chris Chan, the Awakening.
I feel like we should just do something that doesn't even make sense, like Chris Chan, Heart of a Champion, or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Something along those names.
How was Christian the Awakening not anything like that?
It feels a tiny bit too straightforward, in my opinion.
About like I'm trying to look up some fucking examples of visual novel names. Just nothing's fucking popping up right now.
Hatful Boyfriend?
Can hear you. Yeah, Hatful Boyfriend. Just give me a list already, you piece of shit. Alright, well I found a list, but these are all in Japanese, damn it.
Womp womp. Chris Chan, what's like one of his silly little phrases?
360 walk away.
We can say that at the end of every conversation.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, what about 360 walk away right into your heart?
There we go. Chris Chan, 360 walk away right into your heart. Redux.
I think that's pretty solid.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm fine with rolling with that one. Chris Chan.
we need to get a semicolon somewhere in there.
Okay. I think 360 walk away, semicolon, right into your heart. There we go. 360 over 5. No.
That's looking beautiful already. I'm really liking the progress that we've made here today, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, now Blake. Blake, now you have had a little bit of time. Have you been able to think of a film that you feel like we should watch?
Crap, I forgot to think about it.
Blake!
Cowboy just...
What have you been doing this whole
Here,
time?
Blake, how about this? What is the first movie you can remember ever seeing?
Ever seeing?
Yes.
Oh.
Don't say The Big Lebowski.
No, it wasn't that one.
Thank God.
Do you guys want to see a cartoon?
Yeah, we want to see Scooby-Doo. Pick the first movie.
We're watching every movie ever created, Blake.
Okay. It's probably gonna be one that you've already seen though, like something along the lines of like Toy Story or like Surf's Up or something like that.
Yeah, that's totally fine. They're all available as long as we haven't watched them for this series yet.
Okay.
Yeah. You should definitely go Surf's Up. I feel like that's a pretty good one.
That's a good one. I've seen that one a lot, but I've seen it now, so I could watch it.
There you go. You want to go Surf's Up,
Yeah,
Blake?
let's do that one.
Fantastic.
Sounds like a plan.
Surf's Up it is.
When did that movie come out? It's been a hot second since I've seen it,
Like
too.
1996.
I don't know, fucking like 2004 probably.
It's probably been since then that I've
I want to
seen
say
it.
like 08.
2007.
Definitely not 08. It was much earlier than that.
2007, Blake was closest.
No way.
Damn.
I totally thought it was 1996.
That's why you only have 105 IQ, Nico.
Blake just pulled out 190 IQ play on me right there.
That's so funny. This one has Jeff Bridges, just like the Big
Does it
Lebowski.
really?
Oh.
Wait,
Yeah.
is that... Oh, yeah, it'd be Big Z.
Blake is secretly the world's biggest Jeff Bridges fan.
Is that the guy that played the fucking dude?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
never would have guessed that.
No, yeah, I could totally... I didn't think of that before.
Yeah. I didn't know that the main guy was Shia LaBeouf.
What?
Oh, Cody?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Well, fantastic, boys. I do believe that just about does it for today, though.
Cool. Great episode, guys. Lots of talking and stuff.
Yeah. We talked about fucking controversies. We talked about some cool Scooby-Doo shenanigans. Typical Guapish at the movies stuff. We came up with a great video game idea. And I feel like there will be even more going on in the next episode as well. I hope you did enjoy our sweet little combos today. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. Subscribe to us over on guapish /.com _ Patreon, where you can get 500 slime coins for the low price of $1 a month. As well as we'll even shout you out during every single episode, past and future. That's not true. Not past. There's not really an easy way for us to do that. Also, check us out over on rumble.tv, and we'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.